Hi, Dinus Mickle here. I haven't done many of these videos. I've done these videos in a while, but this one is about Annie 2014. Look, I'm in Europe now. I haven't lived in the United States for over a decade. I grew up, in the inner city south side of Chicago in a multicultural neighborhood. I guess a real the word that's coming to me is bastion, but just it's a center of multicultural awareness and celebration of diversity. The 57th Street Art Fair was usually the first weekend in June or something like that, or second. Just a beautiful place to grow up, and my daughter's mom is of Latin American descent with a little bit of Italian, so she's slightly slightly brown. My whole life, it's a little bit different now, but basically I had black people hair my whole life, so I had an afro growing up, and now it's a little bit different. Age and life and stress takes a toll on you. But sometimes I think to myself, I'm probably maybe 164th, or the people looked at me in high school and were like, "There's probably some black in you, young man." And I sang in the black chorus at the U of I, and I'm watching this stuff happening in the United States. It's just totally breaking my heart. And the interesting thing is that what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to do a review of Annie 2014. And I just, was sitting at the computer. I was like, I'm going to turn the recorder on. And before I turned it, I can't believe that people would not like Annie 2014. I mean, the trailer was great, right? So Emmy and I are going to have movie night. It's Tuesday now. Either it was Friday or Saturday night movie night, I can't remember. And I watched this trailer and we're like, this looks good. I'm kind of coming from Hyde Park consciousness, Hyde Park, Chicago consciousness, okay, Obama's neighborhood, where, you don't look at skin tone. Like, it's not a part of it. Now, I did kind of think, well, you know what, maybe this is going to be like The Wiz, right? We took a field trip from my elementary school to go see The Wiz, and that one was a black Wizard of Oz, and it was great. I mean, I still remember those songs. I haven't watched The Wiz since I was 8 or something, and there's like that. What was that? Ease on down the road, something like that. Ease on down the road. That was great, And so I grew up in this kind of awareness of Kwanzaa and black people coming up, watching the Jeffersons, thinking that this sort of time of oppression was over. Like, we were celebrating the end of the oppression of formerly enslaved people based on skin tone, okay? So I grew up in this sort of celebratory environment, and I saw all the rotten tomatoes, all the green things for Annie. And a part of me just barely went, wait, is this like a race thing? We watched the movie. Now, it is an absolutely delightful movie, and I'm thinking my daughter might watch me review, but before I pressed record, I started getting really mad and cursing up a storm, thinking, well, basically what I was saying is, how the fuck you gonna hate on Annie 2014? I mean, how are you going to hate on that movie? Is it Jamie Foxx singing to Annie in the helicopter? Okay, I guess recently he sang the Star Spangled Banner I don't think it was as much his fault as people are saying. He didn't do the greatest job singing because, you know, Annie 2014 is auto-tuned. It's cool. His voice sounds great in the movie, okay? And he's all right. It's not so bad. The national anthem, you know, the organist is just like, okay, they're trying to do this thing. It didn't work out so great, and maybe if your production music needs auto-tune, then, you know, just get somebody to sit there at the soundboard and use auto-tune. You know, whatever, tune it to B flat and do the anthem. You could sing live with auto-tune. It sounds cool. And then you could reduce it maybe when you're in a range where you can hit the notes. And then when you can't hit the notes, just juice up the auto-tune. Fine. You know, but so he didn't do it. It was a natural thing. But what I'm trying to say is, in Annie, it's fine, you know? The auto-tune really, really even brings out a kind of sweetness. And I'm actually really angry at people that would find fault in that film. I mean, so I have my daughter who pretty much looks, you know, just maybe a few hues lighter than Annie in the movie. And she's watching this movie. She's so totally identifying with Annie, right? Because they have basically the same hair, you know? I mean, Emmy was watching this movie, and you could just tell Emmy was totally involved with the character and her experiences. And, you know, I'm on the Annie official trailer, and man, now I'm here. I like the black Annie. Her curly, fluffy hair fits her, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, white people angry about Annie being black, but blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? This is a race thing? And what I was getting mad about before I clicked play or record was, this isn't even a black Annie. Because The Wiz, if I remember correctly, because I was like 7 or 8, everybody was black in The Wiz because that was the point, okay? But in this one, this isn't a black Annie. This is the totally beautiful Oxford English assistant who's white, the mean political correspondent consultant yucky dude who gets fired who's white, the mean foster mom who's white, most of the other foster kids are white, so you got two, okay, the main character's black, so what? Mr. Sparks was his name. Wasn't it Sparks? What a great name to find for him. Sparks Mobile. Stax is what it was. What a great name. A believable logo. The dialogue was fantastic. The only thing that I find some fault with was the mix. The drums kind of sounded like they were in, you know, like a paper bag or something. Like, if you listen to a Disney or like a DreamWorks kids movie, you know, it sounds to me like somebody did the mix who maybe shouldn't have been doing it, and they were really positive and maybe really saying, hey, yeah, good job. It's just a guess, I don't know. But then maybe someone came and tried to master it, but the arrangements are good. The songs are good. You know, the performances are musical. I think there are even a few differences between the trailer and the movie itself. And there are a lot of moments in the movie that, I mean, really, literally, Emmy laughed, Emmy cried. You know, Emmy experienced this movie with her full heart. And not a lot of movies really offer that. Like, the last one I think that was that good was Monsters, Inc. Because the big monster, and then, you know, he realized that he's, you know, that he's scaring children. I think that it was you know, getting on 10 minutes, so I'm going to close. But it was a wonderful, wonderful, heartfelt movie And please take it from me, watch this movie with your family, enjoy it, and step back from the racial divisiveness that's currently trendy in the United States. I mean, for crying out loud. My God. We're talking like there was more media liberty for racial integration and acceptance and positivity and joy and exchange and reciprocity and all this in, like, you know, the 80s, 90s Saturday Night Live era. I mean, the comments on this movie are just, I can't believe people are. It's a really beautiful movie. Watch it with your family and step back and step away from the divisive racial discussion and race discourse and race dialogue that's currently popular in the United States. And definitely address the real social issues and look at what's happening to the African American community, for God's sake. You know, step in and fix. Don't hate on Annie 2014. You know? Alright. See you guys.